So today is September 8th on a Tuesday. It's 12:33. This is the first time I did a vlog from my bedroom. I think the last time I did a vlog from my bedroom, I think I was still in school at Howard in my dorm. I haven't I haven't had much to say because for a while things that were kind of on the positive side. I have something of a partner that things have been going like really beautifully. And I'm very appreciative to have them in my life right now. Um, Recording the music has been fun. Some new challenges with some new equipment, but it's been fun, and I really am excited for the end process when it's all completed. I think we've started. I don't think we completed all of them, but we've started about like 9 records so far. Um, and then uh, things kind of got things kind of went left randomly, and it got hard. So this day last week, I found out I was positive for COVID-19, which was so interesting because I hadn't been out anywhere. I sacrificed seeing family and friends for the majority of this year because of my fear of it, and wanting and giving it to friends that are older, or family members that are older. So I do my best to just go to work and come home. The only things I was doing literally was I get my hair done once a month, I get my nails done once a month, I go to my night job every night. And I Uber, I don't take public transportation, I wear my mask. um yeah, even within the time frame, if you guys last remember, the top of August I got tested for COVID and I was negative. And the fact that it just so happened that by the end of August I ended up being positive was just kind of crazy, because when I went to look at my calendar, I hadn't been or gone a lot of places for the month of August. So it was a lot, and it was scary. And for me, you wouldn't have known. I don't have any symptoms. I'm a week in since being diagnosed. It's been a full week since I've been out of work. I'm still asymptomatic. I think the only thing I need assistance on is my mental, because that's where it affected me the most. It it triggered my guilt, which triggered my depression, and I was silent for the most part. I know on social media I do post just to keep, I guess you could say, level of relevancy or whatever, just to post something, especially when I have like cute stuff that I'm like nobody's gotten to see yet, so I go ahead and post it. But I was not okay. I didn't want to really speak to anybody. The only people I really spoke to was my uncle and my mom via FaceTime. I was so confused. Um, and I couldn't understand, because I was like, it just didn't make sense. And to make it even crazier, my roommate got tested. He's negative, so it's a blessing. But I'm like, well, where the fuck did I get it? I don't understand. Um, if the only places I go to is work, a salon, and a nail salon and hair salon once a month, and to the studio, how the fuck did I even get it? And I was a mess. And I couldn't. I couldn't figure out how to process this, because the first thing you have to do is tell everybody that you've been in contact with that they may have had it. And that was a lot to have to do, because I was already, I felt so bad and so guilty, because I wanted to, I threw a mini game night. Granted, people had masks and cleaned themselves before coming in. Like, it was concerned. I was like, I know there were people that we shared weed with or like smoked together that night. So now they're at risk, because at the time I didn't know. And so far no one's come back positive yet, but I felt so bad. I felt so bad. Anybody who knows me, I'm a very selfless person. I care more about the well-being of others than I do myself. And I didn't I experienced someone lashing out at me with their anger and frustration at me because that they were put at risk. And I wasn't, it hurt, but it didn't hurt me as bad. It was just like, because I understood, like, I understood, like, them being upset within the moment, but they decided to discontinue a friendship with me behind that, and that hurted. And so it fucked me up. And so I've needed assistance with trying to get out of this dark, depressive rut I've been in. And I'm trying, and I've been picking up like these old things that I used to like enjoy when I was a kid. I'd be put on punishment. I got me a Polaroid camera situation just to take pictures. Got some new books to read. I got me a little mini speaker thing and a microphone so I can just practice singing with it and on it. I started playing my PlayStation 4. I'm playing the new Marvel's Avengers game. But yeah, I felt really bad, because the thing I had feared doing the most, I may have done, and I didn't even understand how. I know folks saying, like, thank God you were asymptomatic, that you don't show anything, that you're still healthy and you're okay, which is all very, very much true, but it's scary. It's just really, really sad and really, really scary. And being in this level of forced isolation just like reminds me of like being put on punishment as a kid. So it's uncomfortable to a degree. Isolation is more enjoyable when you choose it, not when you're forced. But I don't want to sound like I'm rambling. I just want to be upfront and honest, because I know some folks who've reached out don't know why I've been distant and cold, not speaking, and I just wanted to make sure I was honest to show that this is why. I miss my family. I haven't seen them since Christmas of last year. So I miss them a lot. And to change gears, to try to think about something a little sweeter, my grandmother calls me, because she knows, and she checks in to make sure I'm okay, and she's always asking me, when are you going to bring somebody home? When are you going to bring a partner? Because I'm, my uncle is with someone, my sister, my mom, even my grandmother, she got herself a new man. So everybody's just like, well, not everybody, her most importantly, she's just like, when are you going to bring someone home? When are you going to bring someone home? And it's adorable to see how much she cares about me finding love and being loved. Because she's only met 2 men that I've dealt with in my life, 2 of my exes, because those are the only 2 men I ever brought home that made it far enough to meet my grandmother, and like my family knows them, that they ask about them. Um, so I tell her, I always tell her, like, I'm working on it. And it was like, which to a degree I am, but I'm not, I'm not forcing anything. Even with this new partnership that I'm involved in, I wouldn't jump to say it's a full blown like relationship. While it is something, and we're on levels of understanding and agreement, and of love with and for each other. Um, and it's not like it's just like a sexual thing. I just I know that it's not the kind of relationship I think my grandmother desires for me to have, but it's also not the relationship that I desire. And to be honest, I'm not even sure what kind of relationship I desire anymore. I just know what I'm not allowing, and opening up my mind to exploring relationships outside of the norm and the binary and the typical. Because I do, but I know what I want for my future. I just don't know how I'm gonna get there. But I hold out hope. My diagnosis also canceled my surgery. I was supposed to get some revisions done last Wednesday, but that's canceled, and I can't reschedule it till I have 2 negative tests. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to post this, because Instagram and this beta thing hasn't been letting me post long form videos. So it's like if they're past like a minute or 2, it won't let me post it. So I've just been posting like selfie clips and videos and little things on my story. But to stop rambling, I think that's all the update I have for you guys. I wish I knew how to not feel guilty for things that are out of my control, and towards people that I guess have to lose me or disconnect from me for a time period, like work, where I have to, like, people had to get things done without me for a couple of days, and I felt guilty because I don't like people having to take on my workload. But yeah, I lost a lot of things in the past couple of weeks. I lost a friend of I've lost 3 people to death. Those people to death of COVID. Then I end up losing a friendship, or 2 now. Both were long standing, more than 5 years friendships that I no longer have, and it hurts. So I don't think I've processed it officially, but it hurts, because one of them is someone I would have never imagined not being friends with for the rest of our lives. Honestly, we've been through so much and overcome so many things, and we've rarely disagreed, but for the first time something's different, something's changed, and they no longer, it doesn't feel like they see worth in the friendship anymore. And I had to make the final decision to just let it go. I can't make someone want to be friends with me, and it's okay. I still want to move and things, trying to get stuff done still, but I'm sorry. I don't have any more updates. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay.